Welcome to the Mario era, where we say, happy 100th birthday to the University of Miami.
100 cumpleaños de ti, Miami, a ti. Feliz cumpleaños a ti, yeah. Bro, that was a curveball. Hopefully I aced it. What's up, boys? How y'all doing?
How you guys doing?
Doing good, Dr. Hedderman. How about you,
How
Scooby?
you guys doing?
How you guys doing?
Sean's back. It's up and down Miami.
I love this. Yeah, it is. It is always. Midweek. We losing this week? Oh.
What? What did we lose?
It's Wednesday.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think we had to be
speaking
losing.
of that,
I think we had to be
I don't know
losing.
where you're at. I know he's not. He's not.
No, so I'm not drinking this month.
Oh, okay. Good. No, no nut November, but it's like no whiskey, like magic.
This doesn't work.
It is. Wife has us on a 28-day thing, and so as a happy wife, happy life, I go along.
Okay, well, I'm drinking this one for you.
There you go, my man.
All right, I have the biggest question of the week. Jenners, how was it?
Yes.
He's got the bottle.
It looks eaten.
I have not tried it yet.
Oh,
What do you mean?
I have made myself
Uh-huh.
a Nutella sandwich.
Okay.
we got to do
What
this.
kind of bread is that? Is that King's?
Oh yeah,
It's a Hawaiian.
King's
it's a
Hawaiian
Hawaiian
roll.
sweet roll, baby. It's a Hawaiian. By the way, we don't
Sure.
eat regular bread in this house. It's always Hawaiian sweet rolls.
Okay.
Oh, that's amazing.
oh,
I like
oh.
that.
Oh, yeah.
I have a newfound
Interesting.
fondness for you.
Yeah.
That's an interesting mashup there.
All right.
I think it's going to be
Hawaiian
fire.
sweet rolls.
Let's go.
Bro,
Let's go. Let's
Scoop,
All right.
you're
Drum
gonna
roll,
take
please.
a huge loss
Yeah.
on this. I'm just telling you.
Okay. I'll look. I'll
Okay.
take it for sure. All right, here we go.
Let's go.
All right. Yeah, it's good. It tastes like chocolate peanut butter.
It's a chocolate sandwich. You know what you can do?
hazelnut.
Peanut butter fluff in Nutella, and it's like a s'mores peanut butter concoction.
It's called a fluffernutter.
It's
Well,
got
that's
a little
just-
bit more
yeah.
of a peanut butter to it than I anticipated.
Mhm.
Yeah, and you're a peanut butter fan, so you go ahead. You can take another bite.
No, it's good. It's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's pretty good.
There you go.
And
Yeah.
then you get a little glass of milk, but Scoop
Mhm.
doesn't drink milk either. And you can enjoy your life, but
Just-
not him.
yeah. You can do anything with that, man. You can put it on anything. You can
Here's my
deep fry
only-
the shit. You can do whatever you want with it.
Here's my only thing with it. It's very
Mhm.
good. It's not bad.
Mhm.
I just don't anticipate myself ever making a chocolate sandwich. You know what I mean?
You don't
Like,
smoke enough pot, is your problem.
Look,
that may be a point of contention. I'm
Well.
not 100% sure. That's
All right, so but
but
now
here's the
when you
reality. Here's the reality. He's not going to eat that because he wants to have a Nutella sandwich. Are you?
he doesn't anticipate it. But
Right.
I will say this: you've opened an unlock code that you might not have realized, because now when you say a Nutella crepe,
Yes.
you might be more inclined to get a
no,
Nutella
yeah,
crepe.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll try something like that.
Nutella
Yeah,
crepe with
that's-
banana?
Cake.
Solid,
okay.
solid.
That's chocolate
Nutella
bananas.
covered pancakes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mm,
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scoop's like, I don't like pancakes either.
No, I
They're
love
so dry.
pancakes.
I love
I love
pancakes.
pancakes.
Give me butter. And
I
syrup.
love pancakes. I think
Yeah.
I think the waffles are I think Toast loves the waffles.
You gotta love the waffles because of the pool of butter, and it's just, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
The
they're
pancakes just absorb everything so quickly.
it's so good though.
You just can't let the syrup sit on them too long, because then they just
Well,
become.
but I mean,
Yeah.
but
Just
like you,
woof.
you can't eat it that fast. They're gigantic. You can't
You
just
don't-
put
you
syrup
don't
on
have to
just the
pour
part
whole
you're
gallon
eating.
on.
Well, you don't just put it. Well, you just don't even tell me you're putting syrup on each individual forkful.
No, God. No.
Okay, Jesus.
That's so
You never
ironic
know
you
with
use the
Scoop,
word
You,
man.
do the,
gigantic.
you,
never know
you
with
put
Scoop.
it all
You
over
never
the
know.
whole thing, and then you just
Yeah.
try to beat the clock before it
Oh, you're
turns
not
to
beating that
paste.
clock.
Oh, there's no way you're gonna beat that clock.
I'm always at least a 3-stack.
Oh, yeah, well then, yeah.
I mean, you're not
Good
beating
luck.
that, and you got it. Yeah, the underneath is still really hot, so it just gets absorbed immediately, and
You know what's
halfway
solid
through, I'm
too?
loading up a second time.
I don't know if you guys do this. I don't know if you
Nothing
guys
wrong
do
with
this,
that.
but I'll take the butter from the top of the stack and I'll like put it like into like the
Oh yeah,
second
into
layer.
it.
Oh, sure,
yeah,
yes.
yeah. Of
Yeah, you gotta
course.
move it around.
Oh,
Yeah, you gotta move it around.
yeah.
But
Oh,
that's
yeah,
at
yeah.
what restaurant you do that.
Whatever. I have the
Wherever.
local spot in my city that I go to. It's
Yeah.
called Pete's Place. It's wonderful. They got great pancakes.
Nice.
Denny's is
Yeah.
is pretty solid still. For
I got an
pancakes.
original
International
pancake
house of pancakes. Not
in
the
my
one
house.
house of pancakes. Those pancakes are weird. They're like way pancakes. Those are
Mhm.
way wrong. But I'm telling you right now, like, yeah, pancakes are solid. solid. Still, I think French toast, and we've had this debate on this show. I think the French toast edges it out. I don't even think it's particularly close.
Good French toast is better than anything else.
Anything.
Yeah,
It's
you know what's
top to the
good on
best.
good French toast?
No.
A drizzle of Nutella.
Oh my God, so fucking good.
Now you're ruining
So good.
it.
We've
You've
gone-
ruined the
we've
French
gone
toast.
too
Powdered
far.
sugar on
You've gone
top of
too
that
far.
as well. Maybe
Look,
some
I've got.
strawberries.
I look. As much as you guys wanted to think that you had me beat here, you don't.
Yeah,
You
he
don't.
likes it.
Jenner's
likes it.
100% on
Well,
my
no,
side.
it's-
Yeah,
look, it's good,
he didn't
but it's
say
good
that, but he
to,
just told you stop
yeah.
going too far
It's
on pancakes.
Pancakes. And,
all that. Like, come on now.
Calm down.
You don't put peanut butter on pancakes, though. It's not
No.
peanut butter crepes.
No.
It's,
Right.
it's Nutella crepes, Nutella pancakes. Just say it.
Yeah.
You open
In your
up.
world,
They put the Nutella in the batter, Jennifer, for the pancakes. So that's why they don't. It's not spread on top of the pancake.
why wouldn't you just put chocolate chips in?
Yeah,
the pancakes?
chip pancakes. That's
It's
exactly what I was
much
gonna
better than
Yeah.
Nutella.
Way
Well,
better.
you wouldn't know
Nutella
that because
chips.
you've never had a Nutella pancake.
I've had Nutella. It's dog shit.
We've proven though
By the
that
way,
you're
But
wrong.
you don't win with that
It
argument.
It
It's
does,
three versus one.
it does read like a dog shit sandwich.
It's a
doesn't
dog
it?
shit
Sure.
sandwich.
It really
Look
But
at
does.
it.
it doesn't taste like one,
No,
though, does
it doesn't. But when you look at it, you're just like, the hell happened to this?
Well, yeah.
What'd you do to that poor sweet roll?
Yeah.
What did you do?
Oh,
I bet
this
they.
is amazing.
I bet
Here's
if
the
they
thing.
put
Here's the
jars of
proof. Here-
Nutella in the
What?
Miami Hurricanes locker room, 90% would go back to the rooms with them.
Fine. I don't know what that proves. I got to be honest with you. What I will say is Jenner's took the second bite because you guys forced him to and won't eat the rest of it. So
He's just being a gentleman. He doesn't want
Yeah,
to just
he's
chew on a
producing
live
show
podcast right now.
Yeah.
he's got a mute button. If he liked it, he'd eat it.
You have seen me sit here and eat during every other show, right? Like,
He's telling you I'm not
Hey,
a big fan.
I got a
Yeah,
question.
without
Let's
trying to
turn
hurt
this
your
in
feelings.
as we
bag of
as we're-
pretzels over here. I'm going to dig into halfway through when you guys are talking about the
Oh,
hurricane.
pretzels and Nutella too. That might work. Hey,
Yeah, you could dip the
actually they
pretzels
do
in.
sell that. They
100%.
sell that. They actually do sell that.
Oh,
in
dude,
your
those are
aisle.
awesome. Dots are great.
Yeah, so
Those are
dip
really
those in
good.
Nutella.
Dots homemade
All right,
pretzels.
right
Those
now,
things
right
make
now,
you
Jenners,
thirsty.
when you do open those up, you have to stick one in the Nutella and
All right,
try
we've
it.
gone too far. No,
We
it's
haven't.
a-
Gone.
We haven't.
It's a seasoned
We're at-
pretzel.
we're-
I'm
it's
not
a
going to put
seasoned
chocolate
pretzel.
on this.
That's
What are you
right.
talking
No,
about?
we're at
Yes.
the precipice of
What's happening?
amazingness. You have no
What?
idea. Yes.
Dip the pretzel into Nutella.
Dip
With
it
the
in
It's
the
not a
Nutella.
plain
Nutella.
pretzel, though.
Yes.
As we're creeping towards the actual green tree, I have a question.
Are
It's
we?
kind of like it's segue. It's segue. What does Najee Davenport think of Nutella?
Oh boy.
Oh no.
You know.
Chronic dick.
I mean, that's not too far.
That's well, no, man. It's as close as I could get that.
Wrong side of the taint. Wrong side of the taint.
That's about as
Oh
close.
Yeah.
no! Oh no!
Oh yeah. Oh, no. Yeah.
There's a show title early.
I think we should head on down the green tree.
Oh.
Fight 72. Fire. Hey,
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, man. So it is spring game weekend. We know we're not going to see Carson Beck, but got three other quarterbacks we're going to see. Apparently, according to reviews the last couple of days, Luke Nichols is really starting to find his rhythm out there. So I guess we'll see if that plays through into the spring game. I mean, a lot of young players on the defense, a lot of young players. Listen, 4 and 5 stars that had been waiting to get their shot. I think it's going to be a really fun spring game to watch.
I think so. I mean, they keep talking about the defense is very simplistic, right? Simplistic, just play fast. Just here's your assignment, go. That's what the buzz is on the green tree. That's the buzz when you talk to the defensive linemen. Very simple rules. They can communicate. That's like a prerequisite for this defense. So if you're reading it right and you've looked at history and eons of spring games, the defense should be ahead of the offense. Now, there's a caveat to that because it's the number one offense in the country a year ago. So I don't think it's completely going to lose its chops. It's going to lose a lot of its teeth without Cam Ward. But I'm going to make a prediction. I think the defense is going to win the day, much to the dismay of many Hurricane fans, because you can't win on a day like today when they play that spring game. You can't win, right? If the defense does great, oh no, we suck. Our offense sucks. If the offense decimates the defense, oh no, we hired the wrong guy. That's where my head's at. But I'm curious, but I'm going to give the nod to the defense. Just on that alone, they're going to play fast, they're going to be aggressive, and they're going to get in your face.
I think that to be the case as well. I'm not sure we thought that would be the case when we entered spring ball. But with the acquisitions in the back end, the acquisitions with the coaching staff on the defensive side. I think that they are playing faster. I think it is simpler for them. I'm not sold on, as you just mentioned, the fact that any of these three quarterbacks can be the guy. I'm a huge Luke Nickel fan, but I don't know what he's capable of at this level. 6 weeks into being on campus, right? You don't know. It's much faster. So what is he showing? Is he showing that he can be the number two? Do we have anyone that's showing they can be the number two? I mean, I guess we do, right? But you said something interesting, which scares me a little bit. And you said that the defense is very simple. And I get that. But that kind of reminds me of...
I know. Don't say it. Don't say it.
It kind of reminds me of Mark Richt and just thinking that you can beat everyone on the opposite side of the ball. I need some complexity to it. I think maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we don't. Maybe we just run a Tampa 2 and it's simple and you play the assignments and you bracket a bunch of people and maybe sometimes you play man and you have two over the top. Maybe that's the case. I don't know if we have those horses though. On the front, on the defensive line, I think we do. But do we everywhere else? I don't know. So simplicity scares me a little bit. I understand the understanding of the defense because it's more simplistic. But I'm not too fond of having a simple defense for people to have to face every week.
I like where your head's at. I mean, those are valid concerns. When we've seen simplicity, like simple, vanilla simplicity, it hasn't ended well for the University of Miami. I thought you were going to say Randy Shannon.
I know.
Randy Shannon had a very simple defense. But I like the analogy of Mark Richt. I don't think you need to be so complex. Now, listen, on offense, your playbook, your play sheets are enormous. And then you literally have most of the country have like Leach style playbooks on the defensive side of the ball. It is very microscopic. You don't need crazy amount of defensive plays. So I think if you're going to be simplistic, Scoop, probably the best avenue to be simplistic is on the defensive side of the ball. It doesn't work on offense. As long as you can adjust well, and if you have the horses, right? Because I'm thinking a couple years ago in the actual NCAA championship when TCU faces off against Georgia, or when Alex Golish is like participating and like barn burning everybody in college football and has one of the greatest offenses I've seen, and he becomes my spirit animal. What basically shut him down? It was Georgia running man coverage. Like they knew what they were going to do, but they had the horses to kind of shut them down. They were very simple. They ran a handful of plays and completely shut Tennessee down. Georgia then turns around and does it to TCU. So simple can work on defense. I have seen it, but that's where my head's at. What do you think?
I
about
agree.
Toast?
I'm just not sure we're there to be able to be.
Well, we took Georgia's QB.
Really simple.
We took Georgia's QB. It's not like old days where we're taking like VCU's or somewhere else. We're taking somebody else's quarterback. At least we're getting the guys of the guys. I think Mario has recruited well.
I think the defense is going to pound the offense. I think it's going to be ugly. You have young wide receivers. You have young quarterbacks. You have zero experience outside of C.J. Daniels and whatever Emory has, which is like 4 games total. I don't know what it is. I think they're going to get smoked. I think the defensive line. I mean, I think the only thing saving them is going to be the offensive line, preventing the defense from just. I think the secondary. These guys with the new coach are going to be in lockdown mode. I think we're hearing about it. I think they're going to have things to prove. I think they're going to put on a show. And I think then folks are going to be worried about the offense. Don't worry. Listen, Carson's not out there. I'm not sure how much C.J. Daniels is going to play. So you certainly can't afford him to get dinged up or anything. So, I think the defense is going to feast.
And like how willing are you going to be in this spring game mode to get your running backs hit repeatedly?
That's what
I know
I'm
we
saying.
Got some good running backs too. So the more we're talking about it, the more I think it's an easy call. I think the defense is going to smoke them.
That whole side of the ball has something to prove. The coaching staff, the players. I mean, we brought in. They're gonna. This is gonna be their day. I'm telling you.
And they lose a generation.
Worry about it. Yeah, and don't worry about it. The offense is gonna be. Dude, your quarterback's not out there. Don't worry about the offense. I'm not worried about the offense. I'm worried about the defense. That was the problem last year. So y'all better show out on Saturday.
Yeah.
That was offense. I'm not worried about Dawson and Beck getting it figured out. I've told you I believe in the wide receivers. Defense was the issue. So yeah, let me see. Put on a show for me. Show me that the money spent was well invested and the hires were proper.
I'm question. I know losing Cam Ward in terms of importance is a 10 out of 10. Losing Xavier Restrepo, right? But a specific aspect to his game. When you needed a catch, he was the guy. Cam's 10 out of 10. Where would you rate Xavier Restrepo's like third down money catch probability?
They're a 4 or 5 win team last year without X on the field. I truly believe that.
With Cam Ward on the field?
Yeah, with Cam, without X.
Really?
I think so. Look at what he was able to do on third down. The catches that he made to keep in fourth down, the catches he made to keep drives alive and games alive. Their combination was something that couldn't have been replicated with anyone else out there. I truly believe that. So it's huge. It's huge. My opinion.
I wouldn't go quite that far. I think X is a huge loss, especially in the locker room from a leadership standpoint. But I believe we have, even more talented guys, at least from a physical attribute, to take his spot. We'll see mentally if they're up to the task. That's the huge. X was exceptional between the 6 inches between his ears. Absolutely was. That's going to be that guy. We got to find that guy. Is that CJ Daniels? Who is that guy on the roster on the offense?
As I listen to you both like articulate your arguments, and they're great arguments, I'm more on Toast's side. I think they win more games without Xavier Restrepo, more than 4 and 5, but I don't think they win as many games without X. But I think listening to it, I think the more important thing is who is Carson Beck going to have continuity wise that rivals that? Like who's going to be his guy that he looks for, and what is their continuity level? Because if it can be high, you can get away with somebody not as talented as X. You're obviously going to try to get away with somebody not being as talented as Cam Ward, even though Carson Beck is remarkably talented. But you're going to have to replicate some kind of dynamic where it's like Batman and Robin, just the way Cam Ward and Xavier Restrepo were, or it's going to flounder big time. Big time.
Yeah, I agree with that. He's going to have to figure out who his Batman's going to be 100%. Mm-hmm. I think that's going to be CJ, but we'll see. Listen, it could be the tight end. We'll see.
Elijah Lofton's a dude. We've known Elijah Lofton was a dude. I remember when Page State was on the show, and we're like, that's the dude. Like we watched spring when he was a freshman. He's like, that's the dude. Now, I don't think they utilized him the way we thought, but that's because Xavier Restrepo was kind of an avenue dead end hamper there because he occupied the field where Elijah Lofton and tight ends usually occupy. They're usually in the middle of the field, right? So now with Xavier gone, you're right, Toast. We might be thinking wide receiver, but his relationship, his Robin, Bowers, his Batman could be Elijah Lofton.
Yeah,
that could be your guy. Yeah, absolutely. Great point.
This is Robin, not his Batman.
I'm sorry, his Robin. My bad. Whatever.
You could be my Huckleberry. What's that? Whatever. Let's go. Cheers.
Cheers.
I love that Scoop pointed out the comic book reference too.
How awful is that?
That's wonderful. Doesn't get any better than this.
The irony.
Oh God.
Of this show. You never know.
You never know. You never know.
What else on the Green Tree, boys?
So we got, you guys were talking about Georgia earlier. Mario flipped a 4-star cornerback commit. So there you go. I'll be honest. Was more intrigued by the story how PFF has Rueben Bain number 4 for top 10 returning edge defenders, because I think a lot of folks, I've seen a lot of opposing fan bases, obviously FSU, Florida fans, taking shots at, he's regressing out to the freshman year, even though he was pretty much all hurt last year. But this is a big year for him. I cannot wait to I think he I want to see him just take a gigantic, dominating leap forward where he can take control of a drive.
Sure. I think you're going to get, I think you're going to get more of that. Number one, he was injured. He was injured the second play of the season, and then it hampered him the rest of the year. However, they had him playing inside a lot. That's not him. Like, he's an outside guy. So the fact that he and Messidor get to go back outside and stop messing around inside, like, what are we doing? Right? That's the simplicity I like. Right? I like that. They're edge guys. Put them on the edge. Let him rush the passer. Right?
I like that too, but I like the I've said this word numerous times on this podcast,
Yes.
multiplicative approach, because remember when Gregory Rousseau would play the zero? I mean, Gregory Rousseau would come in like an odd style defense and play head up over a nose tackle, and he would completely obliterate that dude. Now, that's not what he does in the NFL, and I get that, but I don't mind moving a Rueben Bain around. Because if the matchup dictates, and that's simplicity too, right? I'm like, okay, he's going to dominate on the outside, but this guard is having his way because he's just way too physical for that opposing guard. I'm okay. I don't need to have that kind. I like them. You can run the same play, but just move guys around. And to me, that's going to add a little bit of a wrinkle that kind of differentiates between a Randy Shannon or a Mark Rick Vanilla approach. So I'm actually more of a fan when they move Rueben Bain around than less, personally.
Nice.
Yeah, sorry. Your Nutella take sucks.
Somebody posted one of the recruiting on 3 or 24/7. One of them, someone posted a graphic of the top 10 returning quarterbacks for the year. No Carson Beck on the list. DJ Lagway was number one. Dude from Georgia Tech made it. Haynes, whatever it is, the guy who couldn't throw last year. Yeah, he's on the list, but no Carson Beck, which I find baffling. Like, people who just think that forgetting 2 years ago, man. Like, I don't get it.
The one little hall pass, it's concerning. We get you. And we're trying to tell all the Miami Hurricane fans, listen, we're going to take a step back offensively. Prepare for it. You have to. Right? You were the number one offense pretty much in the land. You had the number one overall quarterback in the land. The ceiling for me is Carson Beck becomes a first-round quarterback if he can regain his spark, right? The floor maybe is a third-round quarterback, but guess what? Go back in the history of the University of Miami Hurricanes. I say a floor is Carson Beck goes in the third round, let's say. What quarterbacks did the University of Miami have over the last 10 years that went higher than the third round? Go ahead, I'll wait. Okay, thank you. You could still do very damn well in doubt with Carson Beck. 1,000%. So I don't think it's all lost there, but we are going to take a step back. We'll see what happens.
DJ Lagway, number one. Come on,
bro.
Come on, bro.
What are we getting a college basketball bump?
They can't help themselves.
What are we doing?
And we didn't learn from Anthony Richardson at this point. Like, we haven't learned from that. Like, the guy has remarkable talent and stuff like that, but he's still got some accuracy issues, and it's very rare. Yeah, it's very rare. Honestly, if you think about this, Josh Allen might be an outlier here where his college accuracy stats were kind of poo-poo, right? Mm-hmm. They weren't great, and he has transcended that, and basically, if it was his own Madden curse, he's transcended that and been a damn great quarterback. Still hasn't taken anybody to the promised land, right? Him and Lamar haven't taken it. They're MVP caliber dudes. They both won MVPs, and they haven't done it. But like Anthony Richardson was like 50 in a land where you could just bubble screen yourself to a 70% completion percentage in college football because they'll give it to you, not necessarily. Like, to have a bad completion percentage and then the misses that he has, it's a red flag. I mean, it's more Anthony Richardson to me than not. That's just my personal opinion. And you're a hater because you're a Miami fan. Nah, I've watched quarterbacks for a long time now, Holmes. So just saying, I'll tip my cap when I need to tip my cap. He's good. I just don't think he's that. We'll see. We get to play him. So
my mother shocked myself and my father the other day when she revealed that this entire time she thought I was a Florida Gator fan doing a Florida Gator podcast. She's like, "So you ready for the championship game tonight?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm ready for both those teams to just absolutely suck and lose." And she's like, "Well, why?" I'm like, "Miami Hurricanes, Mom." What? I thought you're the Gator. I'm like, oh my God. My dad's like, "You need to stop talking."
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Like, Mom, how much Miami Hurricane stuff have you bought me in your life?
Hold on a second.
Right? She thought
this isn't, I mean, it's your mom. So we're going to be respectful here. But what are you talking about?
Bro, I don't know. Yeah.
What?
Jen and I were like, what the hell is, I don't know. We might need to see a doctor. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Like, what is happening?
Yeah, I mean, my dad was like dumbfounded. He was like, "What? Like, Mom,
that's
really?"
amazing.
I'm like, "Really, Mom? But tell me you're confused right now.
My mom likes to just say, my mother showed us a photo of Mackenzie when Mackenzie was like 6 months old, like 6 months ago, and said, "We've never shown you this, but we thought that we should show you this someday." And she shows us a photo of Mackenzie dressed in a Gators onesie.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And Kenzie, who saw it, was more pissed off than I was, to be honest with you. How dare you? I hope that thing's burned. Like, hysterical. But she'll be like, "Hey, we're going to watch the Gators tonight. Did you see the Gators win the other day?" You know, just because my stepdad is a Gator. So it's like, no, Mom, don't give a shit, actually.
I couldn't even watch the game.
Boo Bill.
Boo
I
Bill.
despise both those teams.
Yeah.
And Kelvin Sampson's just a flat-out cheater, bro.
Wow, did Houston blow the cash, bro?
Oh, my God, dude. They fumbled it so bad.
Could he have picked that up and shot it? I don't know.
No, he would have been would have been double dribble.
Are we sure?
Yes.
It's been confirmed?
It's been confirmed.
Because wasn't it blocked?
No.
Technically?
He just lost the handle on it.
Interesting.
But yeah, here's the problem that Houston always has. They never have that guy. They're a team. They're a collection of 5 to 7 guys who each play their role, but they never have that guy that you can just go to in the last 30 seconds. They never do. And that's always their issue. He can't get that guy to go there.
Speaking of that guy going somewhere, as of 3 minutes ago.
Oh no.
And you're listening to this on a Thursday. We obviously record on a Wednesday night. Hey, Josh Gaddis, welcome to the franchise. He's the offensive specialist at Syracuse. How the mighty have fallen. The Broyles Award winner, now an offensive specialist.
We faced them this year.
Syracuse again?
Yeah, don't we face them again this year?
Again? Do we?
I believe we had them at home. I'm not sure. Do we? I thought so.
So
we got to deal with Fran and his boys again.
Oh my goodness, that offense that literally took us out of the playoffs.
Yeah. Oh no, that's different. I don't know. I don't know. Thought we did. I don't know. I don't have the schedule.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good for you, Josh.
There you
Look,
go.
at least he's got a job.
Sure.
Yeah.
He's got a Broyles trophy.
A job last year.
Unbelievable. All right.
That guy.
I have a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. He has a name.
Paul.
And what do you do with Paul?
Nice guy. Give Paul a call.
Yeah. 561-954-305-981. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Nope. You just use one of those prefixes. You call that number, and he's your boy, and he'll hook you up. You need a new roof? He's got you covered. You need just a roof repair? He's got you covered. You need some good advice on Miami Hurricanes talk and who could potentially win that next game? Well, that's beating the bookie. We'll talk about him later. But Paul Bain's Roofing, Blue Tarp season is not a thing if you have your boy Paul. Scoop already told you. Give him a call. It's 981 Roof. Bange.
MiamiHCS.com, Miami Hurricane Team Store. 160 minus 32 is $128. So that's the discount, man. Instead of 160, you're paying 128. So you can go ahead and get the 2001 Sean Taylor 26 or Ed Reed number 20 from small to 4XL. Use promo code OBB24. Get your 20% off. You can also use promo code OBB at Manscaped, although right now they're doing a giant sale. So they're not letting you, they fixed the glitch. You can't double dip the promo codes anymore. But this week, bro, if you want to go, they got like 50% off on those giant shaving kits that are like $300. So if you want to go ahead and maybe, buy an early Christmas present or birthday present for someone down the line, this might be the weekend to go ahead and hit manscaped.com up. But in the future, promo code OBB will get you 20% off there as well.
And I'll tell you what, once you go to the Manscaped revolution, you'll never go back. That is part of your daily routine.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if it's your daily routine, you're one hairy bastard. But it's part of your weekly routine. I'll say that.
Listen, I get the reoccurring order of the shampoo and all that. Yeah, so it automatically just keeps coming every X amount, like once a month.
Bange. Bookie.
Packages.
This morning. this morning, if you guys are listening this morning, this is a very important Thursday in your week of the year. It's the most important Thursday of any Thursday all year long.
Thanksgiving?
It's not nearly as important.
First
I mean,
NCAA
come on, let's be
tournament is
honest.
on a Thursday.
Nothing more important than Masters Thursday. Sorry.
Of course.
It's it is the greatest week of the year. My ringtone has been set to the Masters ringtone for a number of weeks now. And Beating the Bookie has a plethora of plays for the Masters. So
let me ask you a question. Hold on. First, do you schedule stuff so you don't have stuff planned on this Thursday and Friday so you can be watching TV?
I try to avoid working at all costs.
Okay.
But like, I mean, unless I try not to be out.
Okay.
Right. So I can work from the house, do what I have to do, and have my TV on here in my office. If I'm out, it's just, and look, the Masters app, and we've mentioned this before, of awesome. Any app in the history of apps is the greatest app. Not sports. I'm talking any app ever. It's truthfully, I don't understand how the PGA Tour can't have somebody figure out how the Masters has done this and replicate something even remotely similar. The PGA app is such garbage in comparison to the Masters app, who's got one tournament a year, mind you. A single one. PGA, all year long. Can't figure it out. But anyway, the package for the Masters is on the site. So if you listen early enough and you're paying attention, get to beatingthebookie.com and get your Masters play. Not only that, but you got NHL and you've got the playoffs coming up again. NHL hockey, playoff hockey, the best thing in sports. Baseball is banging. Anyway, at Beating the Bookie, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all that good stuff. You get your free plays. A lot of free plays. And go make yourself some money. It's Masters Week, ladies and gentlemen.
Niet.
Very
Give the
important.
money.
There you go. Congratulations to the Yukon women on winning their national championship. Thank you very much.
Good for you. They blew the doors off. They blew
really
the doors off.
Yeah, I'll tell you, one of the coolest moment of that was, did you see what Vanessa Bryant, Kobe's wife, posted after? Gigi would have been a freshman on that team.
Oh, wow.
She was like, Gigi would have been enjoying it. I was like, oh, broke your heart. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yep. So, all right, Jenners, we got some audio. What
is
we got
he retiring?
I don't know. So here's the issue. He has he's got a freshman named Sarah Strong who literally, and this is, the roster of players they have. In 4 years, she may be the all-time GOAT at Yukon. And I think he may ride it out with her.
Jeez.
Yeah, imagine with that list of players, if she's above all of them. And he has actually said that he thinks it might be her. So we'll see. Sure as hell doesn't play like a freshman. He's a monster in the good way. Down low, just dominating. All right.
But no, look, he's just trying to find a seam and know that, hey, I'm going to try to force it to him if he's open.
Here is Ovechkin. Shoots. He scores! He scores! Number 895!
Alex Ovechkin broke Gretzky's all-time goal scoring record this week.
Can you play that clip again? Just the beginning, first 5 seconds.
But no, look, he's just trying to find a seam and know that, hey,
okay, that's
try
it.
to force it to him if he's open.
Here is Ovechkin.
That's kind of sounded like that's what he said. All right, just my juvenile brain. Okay, Go ahead. Yeah, remarkable record.
Force it into a seam if it's open. That's where your brain went out of all that.
Force it into a semen if it's open.
Gotcha.
Okay. Well, I didn't know we were going here. And next thing you know, I heard it was Ovechkin. I was like, wow, that totally didn't go where I thought it was. What a 180. I was like, what are we doing? Some perverted something. Yeah, Wayne Gretzky always been the GOAT. For him to pass that record. Now, did you see that thing where Wayne Gretzky was trying to give him the gift or something, but due to NHA rules, he wasn't allowed to because he's part owner and they wouldn't allow the owner to give him a gift? You got to be crazy. You got to be crazy.
I never thought that record would be broken, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
So the fact that Ovi made it this long and got it done and is still playing at such a high level at that age, absolutely amazing. Absolutely. I mean, dude, that sport is rough as hell. Dude's been playing it for literally like 40 years.
And he legit went into his he had held a party for it, and like the first thing they did, they gave him like 2 beers. Like hockey players in terms of professional athletes are like the coolest down to earth guys. Like they really
No teeth.
Here's 2 beers. It just and he broke the record.
He's missing that front chiclet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, for
if
sure.
you play that long, you are.
What I thought was very cool is the goalie who gave up the goal gave him his stick after the game, which I thought was pretty neat.
Mm-hmm.
He also could have Ovechkin could have broken this earlier in the week, I think, or over the weekend, but refused to take an empty netter to break the goal.
Yeah,
which I thought was very cool.
Amazing.
Yeah. So and Gretzky was there for all of it. He was there for when he tied it. He was there for when he broke it.
Gretzky's been cheering him on.
Yeah, because Gretzky broke Gordie Howe, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Gordie Howe was there when Gretzky broke it. So he said, if anyone ever got close to me, I'd be there. And to have him still alive to see it and be there is pretty cool.
Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Is there what record in sports, by the way, do you think will never be broken?
Cal Ripken.
Yeah.
That was like the first one I thought of too. And
there's
no way.
Cal Ripken, it'll never happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, never happened.
Pete Rose too. I don't think anyone ever gets close to 4,000 hits again.
I think that could happen. I think it would be an amazingly well. Listen, when you realize how many hits Ichiro got and how much time he spent in Japan before he got here, if he was in his whole career here, he'd be flirting with Pete Rose's 4,000 over his career. So I think that has a chance. But yeah, the Ripken in this day and age with, rest and body stuff, like hell freaking no.
I think if it's going to be done, though, it's going to be an American-born player out of high school. Because hear me out, there's no way Juan Soto is 23. So, just saying. They won't last long enough because these guys are coming in like 5 years older than they really say that they are.
Right.
It's that you're going to have some like little phenom high school kid that can just hit and makes the big leagues by 19 and just literally just plays for a good 25 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the only one that's going to do it.
Ichiro's the greatest base hit player I've ever seen. I mean, that's dude.
Yeah.
Still, what's the craziest stat or fact about Ichiro in the major leagues? Do you know what it is?
Oh shoot, yeah, no, I've seen it before. I forgot what it is, but
so he's the only player in the MLB to have what? See if that jogs your memory. He's the only MLB player to ever have his first name on the back of a jersey.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I have heard that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's the only guy ever. Everybody always has their last name on their jersey. Ichiro is not his last name. That's his first name. His last name is Suzuki.
Good shit, Rob.
Interesting.
The Mariners are sponsored by Ford.
Couldn't
do it.
All right. Well, look, the big story.
Or Mitsubishi.
Yeah. The big story at a Final Four this weekend wasn't so much the games on the court, but Charles Barkley is in San Antonio. Is he going to take a shot on television at the women of San Antonio during the Final Four? Because that's like a long-standing rivalry where Chuck gets on TNT, and he says, I guess some big-ass women in San Antonio. And he didn't do it on TV. But there was because Auburn was in the Final Four, he had a live event. They had Charles on stage. And as he's walking off.
Thank you. And yes, y'all got some big bitches here.
Everyone cheers. Why are you cheering for this?
Why not? Why wouldn't you cheer for that?
Cheering?
Yeah.
Y'all got some big bitches.
Yeah. Why not?
Everybody's waiting for him to do it. It's like
So, of course, they go to the Auburn locker room and they start asking the Auburn players about Chuck. They get Dylan Cardwell for Auburn who says this.
I love San Antonio. San Antonio Spurs, you want to draft your boy. I love San Antonio. I don't know. I haven't seen any of the women that Charles Barkley was talking about, but I do. I love San Antonio. I think San Antonio is a great place. Like I said, Spurs, if you're out there, let me know.
He's lobbying to get drafted.
Probably not going to work out for you, but okay.
Like
doing his best, man.
I'm curious to where, like, they have such varying opinions here. Like Charles, was he like spurned by somebody in San Antonio that like had a shirt that said
It's
"Feed
like
me"
a
and
long-running
call me
joke.
pretty?
Yeah, it's like a long-running joke on the TNT show.
Yeah, like 15 years ago, during the Spurs run, they were out there, and he had a bad night on the Riverwalk where he apparently was nothing but feed me and call me pretty people walking around, and
Yeah. And ever since.
There you go. He
I want to thank Jason Kane on Twitter for sending us another small town minor league baseball fight, because we love the fights. And this is the NAIA, which I had to actually Google that. NAIA baseball, and we got another small town dude calling a benches clearing brawl.
It's going to be a pop up on the infield. And it's caught by the catcher right in front of me. Oh my. This is not what you like to see. And these are haymakers being thrown. These are pure haymakers being thrown, folks. This game may be over.
I think it pretty much is, but I do love the.
Oh my! This is not what you like to see.
I thought he was so close to saying this is not good.
I know.
I tell you what, man.
Oh no, this is not good.
This is not what you like to see.
This is
he really
good.
dropped the ball.
Oh my!
This is really bad.
Oh, look at the remix.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you, Jason, for sending it to us.
I think when you go to broadcast school and you're starting to get into this, you have to have like your pre-fight like plan. You have to have a checklist. Like a plane takes off, you got a pre-flight checklist. You have to have like, oh my, like you got to turn into like Gary Thorne. You got to turn into like Pat McAfee on WWE. You got to have such great calls with bravado. These guys are missing big time. Brick City.
So bad. I understand that's why they're calling these games, but this is your opportunity to not be calling these games.
When haymakers are being thrown and you know
what I mean? Like,
viral. Yeah.
Come on.
Gus Johnson, this thing.
Get yourself a job.
Yeah. Put yourself on the
map. Golly.
You have to have like a game-winning call. You have to have if a fight breaks out, you have to have like a game plan.
Yeah.
Terrible.
You've had practiced it in the mirror.
And this is what he came up with.
Oh my!
Bro, this guy sells insurance during the day.
What do you mean this is not what you like to see? This is exactly what a lot of people like to see. Yeah. You ever heard of the UFC? You just had a UFC breakout in a baseball game. Call it like the UFC. Let's go, Joe Rogan.
You're right, Toast, though. This guy's like a farmer's agent.
He's absolutely, He's 100%. He's whatever. Yeah. What else we got?
All right, let's do one more wheel of topics, and we'll do 5 questions.
All right.
For me, one of the craziest stories of the week was what happened in New Mexico with these 2 baseball teams, high school baseball teams. A member of Rio Rancho High School junior varsity baseball team allegedly urinated in the water cooler of the opposing team, La Cuevo High School, and he's facing 15 counts of battery. The principal has had to come out and apologize to the community, to the high school, and is saying anybody who drank from the water jug during the game should consult a physician.
15 counts, because I'm assuming 15 people drank it.
Yes, right. That's the idea there. So, what's the worst thing you ever did to get back at somebody?
And bro, we're charging that kid with 15 counts of battery for a prank like that,
or peeing in a water jug.
Wow.
I was muted. He pissed in the cooler.
I got a scoop, but I mean, like you never had anything like that happen.
Put a loogie in it. He pissed in it.
I got you. You never had. I mean, I got you, but yeah, like
you
really no. Okay,
I mean, it wasn't to get back at him, but it was a prank that, looking back on it, was probably one of the worst pranks we played on one of our own teammates. His name was Jason. I won't say his last name because don't want to do that to him, but he was a catcher. And right before we were like on the road facing like Duke, we went out there, we put icy hot on his mask. Don't ask me why, but looking back on it, that was kind of like a dick move. But I mean, I would do that if I was trying to get back at somebody who was the catcher, but he was fuming.
Could have been worse. You could have
Literally.
done what I saw someone do, and that was put it on the catcher's cup. Icy hot on the cup. That's fun.
Oh yeah. Oh,
There
yeah.
you go.
Mhm.
Really? Because you think 15 counts of battery is like jail time is appropriate for this kid?
Sure.
Not just like, detention every Saturday for 3
Here's
months.
Here's the thing. You're going to save the community from this delinquent. If his brain says, you know what, I'm going to piss in the other team's water cooler, he's not meant for normal society. You might as well get it out of the way. Lock him up. Put him where he's supposed to be, because anyone who thinks that that's okay probably is going to think that other shit's okay down the line too.
When I was a kid, there was
You weren't pissing in the water coolers, bro.
No, but there was a little saying about I'll just abbreviate about pee and Coke that was legendary, and it just seems a little harsh. That's all. Mm-hmm.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Take 10 seconds, kids, before you make any bad or any kind of decision. Take 10 seconds to think about it. That wasn't a good decision.
Questions.
5 questions, boys. All right. What's the weirdest thing you've ever eaten that you secretly recommend to your worst enemy?
Chronic dick.
No, I haven't eaten that.
But wait, say it. What is something you have eaten that you would
What
recommend?
is something you
Mass.
eaten, right? What is something you eat? It doesn't have to be weird. What is something that you have eaten that you would recommend to your worst enemy?
There you go.
No,
Okay.
and that's the
Nutella.
reason why
Yeah,
the first
for sure.
question, what is this? It's not Nutella. You
Of course
stop
it
it. No, it's not. That's
Yeah, it
might
Scoop's
be for
answer.
Scoop. That might be for
I
Scoop.
would 100% recommend shit on bread to my enemy.
Yeah, but it tastes good, so they'll
I
enjoy
wish
it.
you
So,
know what? I
wow.
wouldn't mind being your enemy then. I'll take a Nutella sandwich. That'd be beautiful.
Yeah, and call them pretty.
Right?
I would say if you had to guess my answer, it's pretty clear and obvious by now. If you know what I'd give my enemy? Goat cheese.
Yeah, goat cheese.
I literally, just so you know,
Disgusting.
me and the missus went out to a Mexican restaurant and literally they had a meal and they're like, hey, just want to let you know that goat cheese comes with it. It's not on the. And I was like, yeah, then no, we're not getting this item. I
Goat
literally
cheese in a
passed
Mexican restaurant?
Yeah, goat cheese and like it was a bell pepper mixed with like grilled chicken and it was great.
Goat
Sun-dried
cheese, though?
tomatoes. Yeah, goat cheese in a Mexican restaurant.
They got goats in Mexico, Scoop.
It's
Yeah, I
just
see
not
you,
common.
Jenners.
Like, it's
I
usually
see you,
feta.
Jenners. It is randomly funny.
Goat cheese at a Mexican restaurant is funny for no reason.
It is. It's just so random.
It is.
Oh my goodness, Toasty, what would you? What food would you give your worst enemy?
But it's food that I actually eat.
Yeah, like something you've eaten one time. You're like, oh,
One
no.
time, all right, then I'm giving my worst enemy any sort of pate or anything with liver in it.
Oh, that's a good
That's
one.
just disgusting. It might as well be
It
cat
is.
food. Pate is. Oh, man, I just looking at it makes me want to vomit.
I'm gonna go, and this might not be popular opinion. I'm gonna go cottage cheese. I hate cottage cheese.
I eat cottage cheese every day
Do you really?
with
so
fruit.
weird.
With
Can't
fruit.
stand
With
it.
It's
fruit.
not the worst
I just
food
can't
takes in
stand
the
it.
world.
It does.
I eat it
does.
as a snack.
I will-
It's like
God.
rotted
Cottage cheese
milk.
and peaches.
It's
Cottage
just-
cheese and peaches is
gotcha.
fantastic.
I
Cottage
eat it
cheese
with
and-
blackberries or blueberries. Very good.
Doodle eat lumpy milk, but won't eat Nutella.
Yeah.
Right. It doesn't make any
Give me a
sense.
break,
It
bro.
doesn't make any sense. I will tell you, like my ultimate salad, if I went to a salad bar,
That's
and I, like,
right.
constructed it.
That's
would
right.
Actually, have
What
cottage cheese on it
dressing? What's dressing?
with French.
No.
Oh, I just use cottage cheese as a dressing.
As
when I
the
was a kid.
God.
that's
oh,
disgusting.
jeez, that's
We can't
disgusting.
do that.
Are
At
you
least I can mix
kidding
the
me?
French with the
Oh my
cottage
No,
cheese.
this is not good.
Yeah.
No,
I didn't
no.
even use. I put cottage cheese on
Not
top.
what you like to see.
No, it's
No,
not
or
what you
eat.
like to
Or
see.
eat.
Yeah, no
Or
one wants
eat.
to see that. Oh
All
my
right.
God, he uses cottage. He just draped. Oh.
Question number
happened?
2. What's the most bizarre object you'd use to defend yourself in a sudden alien invasion? I don't know. For me, as soon as I thought of this question, I saw this question, I'm like, a boomerang. It's literally try to preserve my life the best I can with boomerangs. Just
I mean, I don't know that any weapon would work, so I'd probably just grab my my lightsaber and go out there and just,
Oh, I like
Right
it.
the
What color
pose.
we got? What color is your lightsaber again? I
I'm
can't
red.
remember.
I'm red.
That's
bro.
right. Yeah, it makes sense.
I'm red.
Mine changes colors.
Makes sense.
Darth Sidious.
Jenners.
Slingshot.
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 Ooh.
Ooh, there you go.
Going all David and Goliath on
That
this.
is good.
Pew pew.
I don't have an unconventional one, but I've got like a aluminum T-ball bat in the house. Just because I've watched so many
Bat.
shows over the years. They're not torpedo bats, no. It's just that aluminum cling. It's just that thing. So, and it weighs like an ounce, 2 ounces, so lightweight, but I feel like it could do
Made
some
of foil.
mega damage. Yeah.
A kid brings a slingshot to school. Should he get suspended?
Is it a water balloon slingshot or an actual?
Yeah, that's
slingshot?
where my head
Actual
went to.
slingshot.
Because we have like due process. I want to know, like, what did he bring with him? Like marbles or tacks or
He
something?
just has.
The
He doesn't have any.
rocks?
He doesn't have any ammo. Just has a slingshot.
I'm not saying it's suspension worthy, but we're going to confiscate this.
They're
until
gonna
the end of
gotta
the
take
year.
that thing. 'Cause you never know
Yeah.
what's going on.
Well, I wasn't sure. You have 15 counts of battery for peeing in a jug. I wasn't sure.
Pissed in it.
I
which
mean,
was then
urine. They
consumed.
drink it on the space station, bro. Come on.
No, it's Tang.
You know what outed them
The
too? I'm sure they
space station,
tasted it.
The water they have on the space station is from their urine.
They tasted.
It's not straight urine.
What?
But that's where they're drinking their urine. They've extracted whatever. It's turned into water.
I don't think this
filtered.
high school.
I can't- like, I don't
baseball
understand
kid
how
ran
you're
it through a
rationalizing
NASA
this. I
filter
don't.
before he put it.
I'm just saying. Nobody
Somebody
there's
did
levels to
filtered
this.
it out. Get rid of the
They
sediment.
drink urine.
Oh my goodness! All right. Question number 3:
Oh,
We're not on
If you could
5 yet?
replace,
Jesus.
no, this is 3. If you could replace all car horns with one random sound effect, what would it be, and how chaotic would it get?
The first clip from the guy tonight. the announcer guy, the first little clip.
Oh my! Oh
There
my!
you go.
Oh my! Oh my!
Pennies.
There you go.
That's
Pennies.
generous. Pennies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would
I'm
use
rolling
I would
with
use
panties.
a horn though. I like the that one as a horn, like the old like
General
Model
Lee.
T horn. So yeah, something like that. Nah, not
No,
that
the General
one.
Lee was the.
Yeah, that, yeah. No.
My answer is going to be kind of like redundant because
No.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it. I did have
That's
this
not it.
conversation in a car with my daughter today because I said this is the time I would wish that I had a mounted paintball turret to my car because I would light this guy up. But you gotta hear what he did. 2 lanes, right? 2 lanes. 1 turning lane, 1 to go straight lane. Right? He was in the turn to go straight lane, didn't go straight on the green light. Everybody caught the light because of this guy, only to get into the turning lane after everybody turned. That's what he did. And I wanted to get a paintball turret and light him up. He literally kept the light was green the whole time. Nobody could go straight because this guy had to make a left. I would use a train horn. I just would upgrade it. I would do the horn on steroids. I think when you hear those things, they scare the absolute piss out of me, and I just want a train horn. Yes. Question number 4. If a vending machine could dispense one totally unexpected item for free, what would you hope it spits out?
Cottage cheese.
Nothing's gonna make cottage cheese better than out of a vending machine. Yeah. Like it's not gross enough. It's been here for 3 weeks.
My random hedges is like condoms. Randomly
Right next to the
spits it out.
Skittles, a pack of condoms. There you go.
No, it's just random. You don't even see it. You just, I thought I got some spearmint gum.
See, it goes
Nope.
from
Nope.
Skittles to condoms
Yeah.
to Doritos. So C9 is just condoms. Okay.
Yeah.
Hit the right
Just
button.
random.
Yeah.
Just random.
I was going for Ruffles chips. I got a dental dam. How'd that happen?
Oh, I was going for the famous Amos cookies, and I got a little dildo keychain.
Did you just say the famous anus?
Famous anus
Amos,
cookies.
whatever.
And you got a
Famous
dildo
Amos.
keychain. Good,
Anus
good.
cookies.
Famous
Famous
Amos.
anus. I'm
Those
pretty
aren't
sure there's
cookies.
an M there, buddy.
Those aren't cookies.
Famous Amos, bro. Famous Amos.
Yeah, but I didn't hear an M.
Oh,
Maybe that's
God.
on you, though.
Yeah, I think it might be on you.
He said M.
I didn't hear
Just because you didn't hear it that way.
Yeah.
I didn't hear it.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Amos cookies.
I've been doing this a little while now. I'm pretty sure that's going to be a Showtime choice.
Yeah, Amos cookies.
It's
Oh, we
on
got
the
Amos
list.
and Tane. They're right next to each other.
Famous anus cookies. Oh my goodness, my stomach.
Oh, Jesus.
Who did answer this?
What's the question?
Right?
If a vending machine could dispense one totally unexpected item for free, it would be famous anus cookies.
There's no better answer. There's no better answer.
No, I can't breathe. All right, question 5. What's the strangest rule you'd enforce if you were king of a tiny island for a day?
How many people are on this island?
You pick. That's your rule.
That's the rule. How many people are on this island?
That's a good rule.
That wasn't a question. That was the rule.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how you beat that, to be quite honest with you. Other than how do you get those people off the island?
Yes, just
You got to make
shoo
a
them
rule
away.
for that.
Yeah. Shoo them away.
Do you have a rule, Ro?
Do you have a rule?
I don't
I'm
think
still
so.
thinking of my rule.
I know. I'm getting rid of everyone except for me was a really good idea.
Pretty much.
I'm not sure.
My mind is gravitated towards the fact that, like, if we have a crowd that like is potentially, we're on a tiny island, so my mind was like food rationing was probably a thing. So if you remotely look like you have a shirt that says "feed me" and call me pretty, I might put a lap requirement. Just saying, you go run some laps.
Well, you gotta, yeah. But what if you find one that like looks as though they can be useful in making ration food? Keep that person around to be your chef, right?
Won't they steal some food?
No, because then you could shoo them away from the island.
I bet you they like Nutella.
Oh, they love
Doubtful.
Nutella. You were having Nutella crepes on Sunday morning. Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
you can't crave that
Coconut
shit, right?
coconut Nutella. Oh, dude, that's gotta be awesome. Pour the Nutella in the coconut. Oh yeah. Come on now. Let's get out of here.
What's your rule, Jenners?
No Nutella.
Damn you! You're gonna have to do a tiebreaker just so we put it on the Orange Pool Boys account. Nutella, yes or no? That's it. That's all we need to do. We're in an impasse here. And that's 5 questions, boys.
Oh my god!
All right, what are we calling this thing?
I mean, it's kind of hard to beat famous anus cookies.
But let's just
Hold on, the other one. That other one was pretty good though.
All right, so we got wrong side of the taint. Are you a Gators fan? Force it into the seam. Goat cheese at a Mexican restaurant.
That's a good one.
Was a good one. And famous anus cookies.
famous.
Famous anus, I guess we'll go with that.
Good.
Oh Jesus.
It's too good.
Not sure how YouTube's gonna react to that in the title. We'll find out.
Yeah, well, they love us.
I just misspelled anus. I bet you the first person that reads it goes, I thought it was Amos. Exactly.
Do 2 N's. ANNUS.
Oh,
Yeah, there you
God.
go. Famous anus with 2 N's.
All right, boys.
You'll get it.
So we'll are they broadcasting the spring game? ACC Network, I hope.
I think so.
At
That's
some
our,
point it should
we
be
talked about that
televised.
on another podcast. I think that was announced that the ACC network will air it just like it did last year.
All right. Well, then we will see you guys next week. Enjoy the Masters, the most
Enjoy the Masters,
important
everyone.
weekend of the year.
Mm-hmm.
More
It
so
looks
than the
like-
one. Yeah.
Looks like
Wow.
ESPN U and
Uh-huh.
ESPN Plus.
Oh,
the spring game.
beautiful.
Thank
Okay.
you.
As always, Go Canes.
Bange.